Hello, everybody, and welcome to KamenRider BlackMan, Take 2. Today I will be doing top 10 Kamen Rider monsters. And now, this list will involve either generals or regular monsters as well. And the reason why I say Take 2 is because this is my second taking of this, because the first time I tried to put it all together, my phone was on some bullshit because of space. But this will hopefully not happen this time. So let's get on to the list. As always, I will start off with honorable mentions. So, my first honorable mention is the Fangire from Kamen Rider Kiva. I really like the designs of some of the Fangire. And the only reason, because they have that stained glass motif thing going on that looks really good. The only reason why they don't end up making the list is because their goals are unclear. Because they do have this trick where they have fangs pop out and absorb and eat people. But it's even seen in show that they can eat regular food, so why still do that then if you can survive off of something else? Anywho, my second honorable mention are the Zodiarts from Forze. I specifically the horoscopes, but there are some regular monsters in there that are pretty good as well. But the horoscopes alone, the designs on them look fantastic. My personal favorite one being the Aries Zodiarts, which I think is in the editing of this. That's the picture I will be showing because that one's my personal favorite. But the only reason why they don't end up making it on the list is because they don't feel like they don't most of all the horoscopes, they don't really have the presence like Libra or Scorpio. They don't have the presence of, or at least feeling like they're generals. And that's mainly because of their attitudes. Since the horoscopes are like regular people, they act more like monsters of the week. Except for Cancer. When he evolved into Cancer, he felt like a general. Anywho, next. My final honorable mention are the mutants from Kamen Rider Black. Because holy shit, they are terrifying. And while looking at pictures alone, there are just some pictures that just look scary. Like the goat mutant, that looked scary. My personal favorite monster will always be the rhinoceros mutant, because good god, that one would give you nightmares. But I'm gonna give myself the mood for a second to start off the list. Starting off at, I have to apologize right now for myself. Like, it's my second time recording this, so I'm literally repeating myself as I go along. But number 10 are the Smash from Kamen Rider Build. The only reason why the Smash make it on the list is because their designs don't look bad, but they're also different versions of Smash as well. They're also like the ones where the controllers, like the ones that become Smash are in control. Like, for example, the three idiots from Hokuto, since they count, and also the Hard Smash, basically the ones where the costumes are in all black. They look great, and they're when the controller are actually in control, and the one that's turned into it basically still have regained their mind. But why they're so low on this list is because they at least do serve a purpose that once they're defeated, their essence can be collected so that Build can use it for one of his full bottles. But, moving on. Number 9. This show, I'll just go ahead and say it, because this show is still currently airing. But for what we've seen so far, these monsters at least aren't bad, and that's the Another Riders from KamenRider ZO. Do I have a personal favorite design? No. Or if I could pick one, I'd say another Fies. But personal favorite because of their powers would be another Forze, because he literally has all of Forze's abilities. But the Another Riders alone are so tied to the whole thing. It's like with the Another Riders and how they're set up in the show, it's like it's like a revolving revolution. Because the Another Riders are born, the actual rider alone loses their powers and isn't a rider anymore. And then we get the whole thing with getting the Ride Watch and how to beat them there. It's like all such a revolution that this show has set up. And Zio is a Monster of the Week show, and since then, no Monster of the Week shows have really a revolving thing to really help out throughout the entire show, because with most Monster of the Week shows, it's just monsters created for this reason. Protagonist tries to reach out, tell them to stop, fight doesn't work, fight happens, that's it. But with Zio, it's monster is born, rider loses their powers, try to reach out, but with Zio's help, come backs around to really support it and back it up, and yet still fight happens, but they also there's a way to beat it. Like, the revolving thing going on, that I do actually like. And my apologies if I've made it complicated for anyone for my statement. But next, number 9, I almost forgot for a minute. Number 8, the Dopants from KamenRider W. Because the Dopants are a race of monsters. They're actual people. And they are criminals and drug addicts. Hence the first 3 letters in the word, dope. They're doping them. They're doping. And like I said, like, these aren't a race of monsters. These are actual people, and these people are criminals. They're committing crimes for their own reasons, and that's probably why I would want them on this list. Is because they're actual criminals. Like, they're not like soldiers summoned by museum. They're actual people with actual cases. And with some monsters alone in some episodes, they're actually pretty damn good. Like, goal wise and design wise, like the Weather Dopant, it looks fucking-tastic. The Beast Dopant, he looks good, and the motives he had were good for that episode. Also, another one, and like I said, people Gaia memory users, they do get addicted to using them, to which they just lose their minds, and that's just another good thing to help out for this show. That's why they're on the list. But next, number 7, the Greed / the Yummies from KamenRider O's. Now, the Greed alone, they look fantastic. My personal favorite design on one of them would have to be, I guess Gamel, just because Saigozo is one of my favorite combos. And that's another thing. The Greed are tied to the core metals that O's uses to use his form, to basically do form changes and whatnot. And there's a revolving thing there as well. Not just that. And the Yummies alone, some designs, they do look good. They're very... It's something about it. It's very Showa era-esque that we see in the individual Yummies, of course. And I guess that's all I'll say there. Now, number 6. The Mirror Monsters from KamenRider Ryuki. Because the mirror monsters in the show are obstacles, threats, and as well as each rider's ally. Because these are and each rider's allies. Because I'll be honest, because it's true. Like the contract monsters that each rider has, that is their companion. And there's a feeding thing going on since the mirror monsters, they don't come out to attack people. No, they come out to eat people. That is their thing. It's basically with them, it's survival of the fittest. If you defeat a monster, good. Their essence is now out and you have to feed your monster or it will eat you. So that's basically the whole thing there. Although from what I remember from seeing Ryuki, which I will rewatch again at some point, Ryuki does not like his monster. He does not like his dragon eating other monsters, which makes him sound like a bit of an irresponsible pet owner, but I digress. Number 5. Wait. Yeah, 5. I know how to count. Number 5, The Invest from KamenRider Gaim. The Invest. The reason why the Invests are so high on this list for me, because they're an example of human evolution. Because they start off as like one thing, then they evolve from that form until it gets an adult form to where so it's basically those minor invest forms, like the one with the hunchbacks, evolves into an actual monster form, and then we get to the overlords that are basically Homo sapiens and powerful as all hell. They're that example. It's so true. Like the overlords are that example of humanity. It's so true. Like the overlords are that perfect example of humanity, as seen in I get 2 of the overlords. The red one, he was just crazy. He was just wild and crazy. But in 2 of them, I think it was a white-looking one, and I know the other one's name, Redul. They acted with sense and superiority, to which it was pretty good. And the fight where Gaim beats Redul is awesome to me. And yeah, pretty good. Number 5. Now, number 4, the Gorongi from KamenRider Uga. These monsters are amazing, and they're amazingly not generic, because they don't want to rule the world, they don't want to rule the country, they just want to kill people. Plain and simple, they just want to kill people, and they do it all for a game. Whoever completes their game gets higher in rank, and the higher in rank you go, the closer you are to facing the big bad to see who will rule from there. But still, with individual monsters alone, they just kill for a game and have complete joy in doing so. Yes, we do understand the point of the Gegaru, but with each individual monster alone, not only do they look great, what said animal motif they have is the type of ability they will also achieve, is what they will also get. And that is, it's great to me. Because there are a few designs and abilities alone that I like. Like, let's see, what example? The Rhinoceros Gorongi, I liked him. I liked how strong he was. The Squid Gorongi, I would mainly like that monster because it's the episode where Titan Form debuts, and I fucking loved it. And there are plenty of just overall one of my personal favorite monster designs in the show. And my personal favorite, number 1, from Kuga, would be the final villain. But, next, number 3, the Lords from KamenRider Agito. These suit designs are simplistic and amazing. they're much more clearer to see what animal they're or creature they're based off of. Unlike, well, similar to, but in Kuga, the colors were more were more brownish or toned down. In Agito, the colors are very clear to understand, and each monster alone, they don't randomly kill. They kill anyone with potential of having superpowers, and that's their whole thing there. Now, I have not seen a lot of Agito yet. I have watched a lot from the first time, but I don't remember much of it, so I'd have to go back and rewatch it, which I will do eventually. But I do like how the lords are, and I like how they just look overall. One of my personal favorite show designs in KamenRider. Now, moving on to number 2, the undead from KamenRider Blade. Not only do the monsters look great, there are different types as well. Because you get like the category aces, the category clubs, category queens, category kings, and the tiger undead alone, that's a category 7. It's just, and each of those monsters support the riders. Either a new type of attack for them, a new form for them, or just the category queens and category kings alone, a final form for Blade and Chalice. And not only that, every single undead serves an entire purpose in the battle fight, because once they're all sealed, the Joker can't be the only one left, or else the world's in big trouble. And I love that so much. And we got all of that from Blade. We don't really get anything from where the monsters really play a big part in the show's endgame. Like, they will play a part in the show. And like I said, the Another Riders from Zio, they're on this list right now because so far they're fine. But we don't know what that'll lead up to yet, but who knows? But number 1, I'm curious right now. What time is it? Oh, 11:29. And after this, I gotta get to editing. Anywho, number 1, the monster designs are fantastic. They have personalities, goals. And as monsters, I don't even know what to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Number 1 are the Orthodox from KamenRider Phase, because they look great, they have personality, and are evil. And here's the thing. When I said that they have goals, like, each monster might as well have their own goals, because, not to mention, Orthodox are basically undead. They're undead zombies. They're regular people just like you and me, but some are more evil than others, to what we see in Phase. And there's also a history about Orthodox as well, that they are the next stage in human evolution. And they got their name from the Greek mythology of, I think, Orpheus, and from the biblical figure Infinox, for what I've read. Not to mention, there are also different types of Orthodox as well. There are the originals, which are Orthodox that were born from natural death. So, if I was to die today from getting killed by anything and to come back as an Orthodox, that would be me. The other regular Orthodox are ones that were killed by other Orthodox and didn't die and became Orthodox as well. And not to mention, the colors on the Orthodox, yes, they're pretty white or grayish, but they were able to really integrate and to see what animal motif they have, because they're sort of like chess pieces. And now, for some of my personal favorite Orthodox, that would be the Crocodile Orthodox, the Horse Orthodox, and pretty much those two. And not like I said, they're regular humans, just like you and me. So if I was to turn into an Orthodox, I'd be fine with it. But with that said, that is my list. And it's 15% on my phone right now, so I gotta charge it and also edit this video. But thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends about KamenRider BlackMan. As of recording this, it is November 23rd, so I am a couple of weeks away from doing my first 100 days video. Please tune into that. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.